Hi guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here, and today I've got this cute one-page wonder folio for you. This was inspired by Septeria18. If you haven't checked out her channel, I really recommend it. She's a lot of fun to watch, and she does a lot of fun, cute projects. I used the English Garden paper pack for this one, but on the video, I'm going to do something a little more grungy. I'm kind of tired of the pretty pinks and golds and things, and I wanted to do something a little more organic feeling. So I'm going to use the Stamperia Forest papers with one of the English Garden ones that's green, and I think will go really well with it. Because I finished that whole paper pack. I just have all these fussy cuts and things left. So let me show you what the inside of this looks like. For this one, for a closure, I did a belly band, but I'm considering also for doing one on the video, doing a wraparound closure because I like the looks of those. So we'll see what it comes to when we start making it. So this guy just slides on and off, and this is a fairly wide folio. It's a little bigger than a lot of the others. It is about 4 1/4, just over 4 1/4. No, 4 1/2. Yeah, more like 4 1/2. Just over 4 1/2. That's a 1/2 inch mark on this one. It's a little harder to tell. Okay, so it opens up like this to the inside, and you have two super cute little flip up pockets. You've got a pocket in the back here behind it on both sides, and then this little guy opens up. Now this looks really cute. It is a little tricky to make. So it's a little more fussy. And then this guy is a pocket right inside here. I just made a tag that goes with this pretty paper, and added a few things on the front. You could also make pockets here. So this guy is one of the slightly trickier ones, but I think we can do it. Okay, and it comes out really cute. So let's give it a go with the forest papers. I just added this little die cut just now, right before the video, because I liked it. Thought it was cute. Okay, so you're gonna want a 12 by 12. And I'm gonna go with this one, which is also from the English Garden, but it's a little more muted. I'm hoping that the inside, this isn't going to be too distracting and hard to work with. I would have liked that to be a little bit more muted too, but okay. So the print that we want is going to go down on our scoreboard, and we're going to score at 3 1/2 inches. And at 8 1/4. Then we're going to turn once to the left, and we're going to score at 6 1/2. And then we're going to score at 9 1/4, but we're only going to do that to this score line that's here. Okay. Right about there. And then we're gonna flip it from bottom to top like this, and we're gonna do that again, 9 1/4, just to this score line there. Okay, and then we can put our scoreboard away, and we're gonna want to turn it to our inside print, or if you're using single-sided, that's probably okay. Your inside will be white, but you can see, you know, how much of that you're going to cover up. If you don't mind that white in the inside, this is actually an okay one to do. It's gonna be a bit tricky for me with this because I don't know how this inside print is gonna work, but that's okay. Okay, so we've got our inside print showing. We want our 2 score lines on the side here on the bottom, right? Okay, so we've got those 9 1/4 score lines that we did on 2 sides are right here, and we've got a big one in the middle. Those are gonna become our pockets, right? This is gonna fold up like this. Just gonna go ahead and do that so you can see pretty easily, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is these 2 score lines here, we're gonna trim those out. And I am gonna use my cutter for the first cut. You are gonna want to trim some space out. Next to these, because otherwise your pockets won't fold properly, right? We really need them to fit inside those score lines. Okay, but we're gonna trim these bottom squares off, but we want them to be the same size because they're gonna become our covers. We want them to be the same size as this one, width-wise. So I'm gonna do just a tiny little strip on the inside there, all the way up. And you can do this with scissors too. It might actually be easier for this one. It's just that I don't cut straight very well with scissors, and it will show. This is one where you want to be pretty accurate because your pockets will be cockeyed. It's tricky with the cutter to get just a very little bit, but I'm just doing like 1/8 of an inch and then trimming that off, okay? So that these will fold up like this nicely, and then when we fold it all together, it will fold properly. So the next thing we're gonna do is take these bottom guys off. Now you might say, oh, it would be easier to do that first, which is what I did, before you take that little middle bit out. But you want these two to be the same width. So it's better to do that first, the taking of this little space out, okay? So what we're gonna do now actually is pause for a second because I forgot a step that I meant to do right at the start. But we'll do it now and it'll be okay. So we wanna make our little buttons for our interior closure. Where did my sample go? Walked away. Oh, it's hiding. These here. These guys. We want to make these now so that they can dry before we have to punch holes in them. So the way I'm going to do that is I have my 5/8 inch circle punch, and I am going to make, I need 4 of these, and I want 2 craft circles. Although actually, you know what, this is pretty flat. So I normally do 2 just to give them enough bulk so that these wrap, but they actually felt a little bit bulky in this one, the way that it folded. So I think I'm just gonna do 1 instead of 2 and see how that goes. And I'm gonna use this little guy. It's gonna go up against this paper. So I'm gonna use this guy for my decorative tops. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3 and 4 out of this guy too. And we're gonna glue these together. You could also just, if you don't super care, this is a quick and easy project you wanna just put together, you could just use one circle of the paper. I just like to have some kind of reinforcement on it to give it that extra bit of weight when you're tying things around it. One piece of paper that isn't necessarily that heavy weight is gonna bend and maybe not look so nice as it will with a little bit of more weight behind it. Okay, so we're gonna set these aside now. I meant to do that first, but I think we have enough to do to give these a little bit of time. Okay, we're gonna come back to this guy, and if you want notches, I did notches in all 3 in the last one, but I think I'm only gonna do a notch in my middle one this time, because with the covers like this, I kind of like that to be straight. So my middle guy, but I do want a bigger notch, so I'm gonna use my 2-inch circle punch for this guy, because I just think that when a pocket's wide like this, it looks a little better. Okay, and I'm gonna give this middle pocket some ink. Actually, I think I'm gonna do all of them right now because we'll do the other 2 pockets as well. And actually, we want some rounded corners as well on our tops. Oh, I think this one's gonna come out a lot nicer than my sample did, actually. Maybe just that I'm more in the mood for these kinds of colors. I don't know why I decided to use the peachy. It's a very pretty paper, don't get me wrong. I just wasn't in the mood for that. You know, sometimes you like it grungy like this. Okay, so let's round our corners. That's good. I actually wish that this wasn't even peach back there, but I'd like it if it was a brown. Okay, so let's glue this guy in, because that's easy to do. So we're just on the sides for this one. And then we'll do the tricky part. And hopefully that will go well. And it might actually be a good idea. I just didn't do it, but it might be a better idea to fold everything up first before you glue, just to make sure that you've got enough space. So let's do this now, because yes, this is what I'm gonna run into. My guy on the side here maybe doesn't have quite enough space to fold. I think it's gonna work out okay, but so you might wanna, this guy folds this way, and then this guy is gonna fold over that way. Might be best to do that before you glue, so that if you need to, you can trim that. I think it's gonna work out okay for me. We're all good, but good idea to double check that before you glue it. Let's give this a little ink, grunge up the edges. And I want to do that out here too. I'm looking forward to doing the decorating on this one. I like this green paper a lot. It's a good canvas for using these forest papers with these fussy cut foxes and squirrels and all of that. Okay, now we're gonna go back to our 2 cutouts that we did, and these guys are gonna be our little covers. And this is where things get a little tricky. So they need a match. Width-wise, and I think this one, like, it's different from side to side, so I need to line it up exactly right. So I've got a little bit of score line on this one that I'm just going to trim off because I don't want that on there, and I need to make that my top, I think. Okay, so this is going to go in and just fold it down over. And you can kind of do that at whatever height you like. And then just fold when you've got it where you want it. Okay. And this is the bit where it's a bit fussy, right? So I've got this side that's not quite straight. I'm gonna just trim that off. So this is gonna be my top. I'm gonna round my corners for that. And then this guy is gonna go in here like this. Okay, so I'm gonna just put that down where it's gonna go, and I'm gonna mark just eyeballing where I want my closures, and I'm just making a little mark and just straight down from there with enough room, another mark on each side. Okay, and I'm gonna make a hole in here with my crocodile, and then I think this guy is a little too long, so I'm just gonna use my awl, and these are little tiny brads that I'm gonna use for this too. So let's see how these guys are doing. Give them a little ink. I think I'm gonna put one green fern one on each. So these guys, I'm gonna dig out the mini brads. These I get from Hobby Lobby. I haven't seen them anywhere else, but everybody seems to have them, so they must exist somewhere else. I think we'll use the bronze ones for this, because those will look the best. We need 4 of those. And I'm going to punch holes in these 2. And add that to my cover. It's a little bit of a floopy brad, so I want to stay put. And then I'm going to add one to my pocket, and I'm going to go ahead and glue these 2 sides. Okay, and put this guy where I want him and then put the whole thing down. Okay. I didn't ink my cover though, which I should have done first. I think it will be okay to do it after it's glued. So not the end of the world, but certainly easier before. Okay, just checking that that's all lined up and looking good. I do think this one's gonna turn out better. I like that. I would have liked to actually maybe have another smaller circle inside these. And actually, I think for this one, ooh, I got a little glue. I'm going to use the awl for both holes because it's a little too big with the crocodile. Okay, so now this one, we're gonna do the same thing. He's gonna go in here like this, and we're gonna fold him over, kind of matching, just eyeballing it with my other one over here. Okay, same deal, folding. I'm going to around my corners. This one, I am going to go ahead and ink that outside. And then mark my spots for where I want my closures. And you can be more precise about this if you want it to match what you've got on the other side a little more exactly. I just prefer to eyeball things. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use the awl. So I have tiny little holes on these. These though I will, well, no. You know what? Let's do these with the awl as well. Just cause the other brad was a little bit loose. Just felt a little bit like it was sloppy, like it was sliding around. So this will maybe help make it a little tighter fit, which I think will be better. Okay, very good. Okay, and then this guy, again, our pocket's gonna get some glue. And we will put this guy in here. That's maybe a little too low. Bump him up a little bit. There. Oh, I'm so pleased, you guys. Look at how cute this is. I like it a lot better than the other one. And then you just need a little bit of twine or string or something. I've got some of this beeswax thread that's a little darker that I didn't want to use on the other one. I think I will go ahead with it here. I'm gonna let that sit for a bit though before I do that, just so that it glues. Put this one on. Just gonna make a little knot here. Underneath that guy. And then he folds around underneath here. We can snip this off. with our teeny scissors. I only did one knot though. You might want to do two. It's a little better. A little more guaranteed to hold. Although, you know, these quickie little fun projects, that's a little long. We might not care. It's not gonna last forever. And that's okay. There. Oh, so cute. Now, we'll put a string on that one in a sec, but let's take a look at putting some things in here and decorating a little. I planned to put this guy in here. So go ahead and do that. Maybe, yeah. I like them that way better. And then we want a few, we've got some tags. I was thinking, put those size tags in there, in our back pockets like that. Question of whether we want to do something in there, but let's first take a look at our front and what we might want to do out here, because so what I was thinking is making a kind of maybe doing even something with cardstock that would come around, that would give us a circle. Something we could punch in here. Let's give that some rounded corners. Firstly, I was just thinking something we could then tie, right? Although that is gonna limit my ability to decorate, maybe. Unless this goes over the top. I really wanted my fox, but my squirrel is smaller, so that might work better. I also have these guys. They don't really fit. Not gonna work. The owls might. I'm a little weird. So maybe we should go ahead and do a belly band on this one too, just to make life easier for the using of the fox. But I don't know. This is basically all I have left of the paper pack. Ooh, I do kind of like that though. We could maybe actually put the fox on the belly band, and that would be cool. I think that's really the only one I have left that can work as a belly band, but I like that. And then what I could do actually, okay, so I'm gonna trim this down a little bit because it doesn't need to be this big, this much overlap. And it's also not straight. Let's go to here. And let's make sure we're straight. Okay, And then that guy, we'll get some ink. It is upside down. Sort of. I mean, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna put it like that. Okay, and then put this over the top on that back. So let's glue that. It's gonna go like that. Very nice, very nice. And then what I'm thinking of doing is maybe some of this just in the back, right behind the belly band. So let's slide that off of there for now. You guys know how much I love this stuff. I just think it adds something super organic feeling on something like this. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. And maybe some words to finish it off. Giving these a little bit of a kind of wavy cut here to not make them feel a little more organic. I didn't want them uber straight. And this can maybe come and hang off there a little bit. But it needs a background. It needs a layer. So let's glue that. Let it sit for a bit. And then this guy can go on here. Let's put him on there. Just glue on here for him. Just sent my cap of my glue flying somewhere and didn't see it or hear it drop. Okay. Sure he's where I want him. Okay, and then I'm gonna slide this off, let that dry, get this guy on here, and then we can see about that inside. Go, 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 stick, stick, stick. Okay, so we know we're using our fox on the belly band, so maybe our squirrel goes in here, and maybe we keep this kind of simple too. Or we could also do one of these. Ooh, I kind of like that. The squirrel's too big, I think, to also go with that. I might have some, I had a bird. I had a cutout bird also from this kit who could work. Maybe with a little, yeah, I'm liking that. Maybe with a little bit of this stuff too. Keep the theme. Might do some foam tape to give it some lift here. I mean, it's gonna get some lift because of that anyway. But the bird, we want the bird to kind of do it. I'm gonna try to keep my glue here so it'll be hidden underneath this guy. And then this guy will go here with our tape. I think I want, no, I want that there. Yep. Okay, and then the foam tape. We'll just do a little bit on his tail too. Oh goodness, this is maybe a little too wide. Put some here. Some on his head, and hopefully that's enough actually. We'll just leave his tail. And he goes there, like that. Ooh, that's pretty. I like the lift on the bird. And then we need a little bit, oops, I already cut some of this guy for here. I don't have anything in my pockets inside of these, but I'll maybe do that off camera since we're getting a little long here. And I want you guys to see the finished product for us here. Let's cut that off first. Snip. Yeah. Oh, I'm liking that so much. It's nicer than the other one. And then that's gonna get a little knot. And also a snip. And that's our inside. Looking good. You could, if you wanted to, put some kind of decoration in here, but you'd want to keep it. The thing is if you did a pocket, you'd see, right? You're seeing this part as part of the front, so I left that empty on these. This is going to be a little tricky with this stuff now because I didn't leave a super amount of room for that belly band to slide. That's okay. I think we're good. And our last piece is just this guy. Let's rip it. Oh, or not. That's gonna not work. This stuff is pretty tough. So I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a wave. Kind of following what's going on with my other piece. And then that guy, that's too big. Let's get closer. That guy will go here. Where is my ink? Some ink, some ink, some ink. I don't know if I love it. Might want something different. It's so hard to mix these. That's kind of fun. These, the Stamperia kits. Like, these are from the Alchemy set, and they just don't really work. I kind of like that. It's a little weird. I'm gonna do it though. I wish I had some darker. A darker brown is what I want to go around this. Ooh, or maybe something like that would work. I'm gonna try that. This is my hedgehog though. Let's see. What's left of my bear has the same background, and I've already cut him up, so. Let's go here so that we're not introducing any green. Okay, I'm doing square to start with just because I want to see what this looks like. Let's go closer. Okay, yep. And maybe, yeah. It says, designs and illustration of Lamia and the Odes and Sonnets. By Will H. Lowe. Perfect. I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and you make beautiful projects of your own out of this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.